So the first thing we need to establish is sort of a box in which we can understand geologic time. And I want to show you, I have a chart here that I've created that is fair game on an exam. However, I want to encourage you you do not have to memorize these time periods, but I do expect that you are able to sort of interact with them or think about them. And let's notice some of the key, the organization of this thing. The first thing that I want you to notice is that all of our time is in millions of years ago. So if you look at this quaternary period, it was 2.58 million years ago to the present. So again, how long would it take us to count to that number if we counted a number a second? It would take us a long time. So this is a really big number. And yet it's the youngest time shown on here because we go all the way back to the Hadean eon, which was 4,567 million years ago to 4,031 million years ago. That's the period of time that we're talking about if we're saying if we're referring to things in the Hadean eon. I think it's a little challenging because it goes backwards. I think that also remembering that we're talking about millions of years, we're not adding all the zeros into this just to keep the numbers a little more manageable. But don't forget that each one is millions of years. And we have an organization here. We have eons that's the biggest organization. And you'll notice that our oldest eons, the Hadean, the Archean, and the Proterozoic, got it? Those eons don't have any subdivisions that we are concerned about. The subdivisions that I'm keeping track of for us are subdivisions that maybe you've heard of that have significant events that we will be looking at related to life. So 4 eons to know, 3 eras, and then I think there's 13 periods in here. This scale, it's super interesting. This is another example of a really cool way that science works. There is a group, the International Chronostratigraphic chart, this group, the International Commission on Stratigraphy, these guys get together like every year and make updates to this chart. Okay, I don't think it happens every year, but it happens periodically. Like this is the latest version that they have worked on. And the only reason why I'm showing you this is because I want you to know that this is generous. You might look at that and be like, oh my God, how am I going to remember all that? Or how am I going to interact with all that? It could be this that we are interacting with, and we're not going to. But look, you can see the eons, the Phanerozoic, they match. And I went through and picked the things that would be helpful to us. Here is the Hadean eon. So it's all here. Interesting process of science, not easy, not plain and like this, but this is your reference. Now, they put the times on here. How did they figure out those times? So I want to talk about how they go about dating rocks, and I will not make any jokes about that.